What if a prophet of God had the ability to run faster than a chariot pulled by horses? That's exactly what happened with the prophet Elijah. Known for his incredible speed, Elijah's story isn't just about physical strength. It's a powerful example of what happens when someone is empowered by God. In this video, we'll explore the amazing event where Elijah outran King Ahab's chariot and what this miracle means for us today. We'll also look at the deeper lessons his speed teaches about faith, urgency, and divine intervention. Stick around as we uncover the fascinating details of this incredible story, the divine gift of speed. Did you know the prophet Elijah had a gift that sounds like something straight out of a superhero story? According to the Bible, Elijah possessed superhuman speed, so fast that he outran King Ahab's chariot, which was pulled by horses. Imagine seeing a man outrun a speeding chariot in the middle of a storm. It wasn't just any ability. This speed was a special gift from God, showing the power and favor Elijah had been given. What's even more incredible is that this wasn't just a random display of speed. It was a sign of God's presence and the strength he gave Elijah to fulfill his mission. This divine gift wasn't just about physical speed. It was a reminder of how God empowers those he chooses to carry out his will. Elijah's speed was a clear testament to God's power working through him, allowing him to do things that were simply beyond human ability. This story of Elijah shows us that when God steps in, even the impossible becomes possible, whether it's running faster than horses or accomplishing great things through faith. The context of Elijah's speed. Elijah's super speed didn't just happen out of nowhere. It took place during a powerful moment. There had been a long drought in the land, and after Elijah prayed for rain, God sent a downpour. As the rain clouds began to gather, Elijah didn't waste any time. He took off running ahead of King Ahab's chariot, racing toward the city of Jezreel. It's incredible to think that in the middle of such a dramatic event, Elijah was able to outrun horses, something that shows not only his physical speed, but also his spiritual urgency. This moment wasn't just about showing off a miraculous ability. It was a symbol of Elijah's role as a spiritual leader. By running ahead of Ahab, Elijah demonstrated that he wasn't just physically fast. He was spiritually ahead as well. His speed in that moment reflected the urgency with which he delivered God's message. Time was of the essence, and Elijah's swiftness highlighted the importance of acting quickly when God gives you a mission. Symbolism of speed in prophetic missions. Elijah's superhuman speed wasn't just a physical feat, it carried deeper meaning. Throughout the Bible, prophets often had urgent tasks, delivering God's messages at critical moments. Elijah's ability to run so swiftly is a symbol of the urgency needed in fulfilling prophetic missions. Prophets couldn't afford to waste time. They were tasked with delivering God's words with precision and speed, and Elijah's supernatural speed is a perfect example of that. In a spiritual sense, Elijah's speed shows the importance of acting quickly when called by God. His mission wasn't just about reaching Jezreel fast. It was about leading the way and showing that there is no time to hesitate when it comes to fulfilling God's purpose. His swift movement reflected the need for quick action in spreading God's message, reminding us that sometimes God's work requires us to move faster than we think is possible. Comparisons with other prophets. While Elijah is famous for his incredible speed, he wasn't the only prophet who demonstrated extraordinary abilities. Take Moses, for example. He parted the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to escape from Egypt, a miraculous event that showed God's power working through him. Then there's Elisha, who performed many miracles, from healing the sick to multiplying food for those in need. Each of these prophets had unique gifts, highlighting the different ways God empowered them to fulfill their missions. These comparisons remind us that God worked through each prophet in ways suited to their specific tasks. Elijah's super speed was just one example of how God gave his prophets the tools they needed to succeed. Whether it was Moses leading his people to freedom or Elisha providing miracles of healing, each prophet was equipped with divine abilities that set them apart. What's fascinating is that while their powers were different, the goal was always the same: to fulfill God's purpose. The variety in these miracles shows that God's plans are carried out in many ways, depending on the situation and the needs of the people. The role of faith in miraculous feats. Elijah's super speed wasn't just about physical ability. It was deeply tied to his faith. His incredible speed was a result of his unwavering trust in God's power. Elijah didn't rely on his own strength to outrun Ahab's chariot. He knew that it was God enabling him to perform such an amazing feat. His deep connection with God is what made these kinds of miracles possible, showing that faith can push the boundaries of what we think is possible. This idea isn't just limited to Elijah. Throughout the Bible, we see that faith plays a key role in many miraculous events. Whether it's Moses parting the Red Sea or Peter walking on water, these feats weren't just physical actions. They were acts of faith. Elijah's story reminds us that when we have complete trust in God, amazing things can happen. Elijah's speed is more than just a cool ability. It's a symbol of how faith can transcend natural limitations. His story teaches us that with God's help, we can go beyond what we think we're capable of, as long as we trust in His plan and power. Lessons from Elijah's speed. Elijah's superhuman speed offers more than just a cool story. It's packed with lessons for all of us. One of the biggest takeaways is the importance of faith. Elijah's trust in God wasn't just something he talked about. It showed up in real, tangible ways, like when he outran a chariot. His story reminds us that when we put our faith in God, He can give us the strength to accomplish things we never thought possible. Another important lesson from Elijah's speed is the power of acting quickly when God calls. Elijah didn't hesitate. He ran ahead, fully committed to delivering God's message. This highlights how important it is to be spiritually ready and responsive. When God calls us to do something, there's no time to waste. Just like Elijah, we need to be prepared to act swiftly and follow His lead. Elijah's story is a reminder that God's intervention in our lives can take many forms, and sometimes it comes when we need to move fast. His speed serves as a metaphor for the urgency and commitment required in fulfilling God's will. Modern interpretations and inspirations. Elijah's super speed continues to inspire believers today. While we may not be running ahead of chariots, his story reminds us of the power of divine empowerment. His speed is often seen as a symbol of what can happen when we fully trust in God. It shows that through faith, humans are capable of extraordinary things, far beyond what we could achieve on our own. For many people, Elijah's story is a source of motivation in their spiritual journey. It serves as a reminder that when we rely on God, we can overcome obstacles and reach new heights. His speed wasn't just physical, it was a reflection of how God's strength can work through us in powerful ways. Elijah's story continues to encourage believers to trust in the possibilities that come with divine support. It's a reminder that with faith, we are capable of much more than we imagine. His life is an ongoing source of inspiration, showing that nothing is impossible when we put our faith in God. And that's the incredible story of Elijah's superhuman speed, a powerful reminder of what faith in God can accomplish. If you enjoyed learning about this miraculous event, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the Bunny Burrow for more inspiring stories of faith. Make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.